So this isn't necessarily going to be a lesson on how to do all the pentatonic boxes. If you look in the box below, I've got a link to my page on this topic, which is the 4 main types of scales, and it'll show you what all the boxes are and give you all the exercises. You have exercises to keep you busy till the cows come home. Real quick, I'm just going to introduce what a scale box is and how it works. So when I was first learning scales, people were teaching me, you start on some note, like if it's a C major scale, you start on a C, you play a bunch of notes in C, and then you shift to some more and you find another note that's a C, and then you go back down. And the thing that always bothered me about that is that, well, I could go to this C, or I could try to go to this C way up here, why not do that? Or why not shift on this string instead of that string? There's lots of different ways to play scales, and really they're kind of arbitrary. Whereas when you're playing scale boxes, there's very few ways to play them, because what you're trying to do is cover every single note that's in this whole C major scale on this entire area of the neck. So even if you start here, you want to cover the notes down here too. So the nice thing about doing scale boxes is, well, one, it eliminates a lot of guesswork, because you don't really have to make decisions about, oh, do I want to shift here, do I want to, no, you just do everything. And then when you're using them to solo, or if you're just trying to learn more technique, you're not going to find that there's anything you haven't done. You've done everything you can possibly do in this area of the neck. So if you hear an idea when you're soloing, you'll already have worked out where the note is. You're not going to find yourself, oh, I don't know where that note is. No, you already are going to know what it is, because you've already played all the notes in this part of the neck. And that's why these are so great. So to give you a good example, if I'm doing like the A minor pentatonic scale, it's often a good one to start with. I'll start with a finger on the root note of the scale, so the A is right there, and I'll find all the notes in this part of the neck, and I'll memorize what the finger position is for that part of the neck. So for here it's going to be 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. So now with that finger pattern, I know where all the notes in this part of the neck for the A minor pentatonic scale are. So that area is covered, all the base is covered. Now if I go down to the note below that in the pentatonic scale, so G down to A, or A down to G, I can start a box there. And you'll notice that if I want to go right back where I was, all I got to do is look at the next note in the scales, so on the low E string. So I started on this note, but then if I go to the next note, I'm right back in the box where I started. And if I take the next note there, I can find where the next box is going to start. So I've got A. If I go up to C and start a finger there, I got a new box. And then I go to the next note on the low E string, and I find the next box. So what you're making is a nice little grid where each box is connected, and once you memorize this box, you're not going to forget it. And you memorize this box, you're not going to forget it. All you got to do is put them together one after another, and then you've got all the notes over the entire neck for this type of scale. It's really, really empowering to have this. And what's nice also is that when you get past the 12th fret, you're going to find that the notes repeat. So on the low E string, you got an F sharp, and a G. Well, you also got an F sharp, and a G up here, because you're above the 12th fret, and all the notes are going to repeat. Scale boxes are the same way. So once you have memorized whatever scale boxes work in this part of the neck, then you're going to find that the whole grid just repeats when you go up here. So you can transpose these things, you can move them all over the place. The finger positions are not going to change. All you're going to do is move them around. Got a whole section on transposing that. You can check that out from the link below. But the main thing is, once you know these boxes for any one type of scale, you already know all the key changes and all the mode changes for this entire scale. All you got to do is learn how to move the boxes. You already know. So developing this gives you a lot of flexibility, gives you a lot of ideas, and I found it to be a really, really good way to work through scales. So, yep, there's my quick and dirty on that. Have a good one.